Hey, who are you? What are you doing to my Jeep?
Well, I'll tell you what, there I am going, sitting on the side of the road on my shade tree. These two people came up and picked me up and said, hey, you want to help work on the Jeep? Bring that.
What's up, Brite Nation?
What's going on, guys? We are finally in New York.
After a ton of traveling, thousands of miles across the entire nation, seeing a bunch of people, going to a bunch of events, we're finally here in New York with the stepchild for, drumroll please, ta-da! We are at Rock Krawler in New York because, what are we doing, Kevin?
We are cutting the Jeep to pieces.
Well, we are actually going to be doing that. He's not joking. But why are we cutting the Jeep to pieces?
Because we're about to do a Frankenstein build.
Which will include...
So we are finally going long arm. We have put off long arm for so long. We've been trying to
hold off. And I know 2 years doesn't seem like a long time to hold off for a long arm kit, but you got to consider what we do and how often we wheel.
Right.
So we are going to a long arm kit, guys, officially.
We wanted to make sure that we've had enough road time and enough off-road time to really feel what the factory pickup points can do. And of course, we've been running Metal Cloak forever. We love it. That's been great. But long arm is just the next evolution of the build.
Yep.
And that's where we're at. So we're going long arm. And we are changing the rear to a 3-link. So we will get into why we're going long arm and why we're going 3-link, what the benefits are.
As basically this entire build process, these next couple of videos progress, we'll go over the benefits, the pros, the cons, although there aren't too many of those, at least for what we're doing, and we'll get you guys as much information as possible. While we're at it, just so you guys know, you see all those fancy camera rig stuff going on over there. So while we're here at Rock Krawler, we're also filming a ton of new courses for E3 off-road, going over suspension from your super basics all the way to your super advanced. Your stupid advanced?
Your stupid advanced.
All the way to your super advanced, including, of course, your long arm and your 3-link. So for any of you who want more information on any of that, all you gotta do is head over to E3 Off-Road. If you're a member, you have access. If you're not a member, you should be, and then you'll have access, because we'll be going over way more detail than what we will on this.
Don't forget, we're starting to build the Gladiator really, really soon, and you have to be an E3 Off-Road member to win the Gladiator. You also need to subscribe to Lite because you have to be a subscriber. So get those things done. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and go sign up to E3.
Now, with that all being said, let's get this ball rolling. Let's see what we've got first on the stepchild to get the long arm kit in.
All right, she is up on the lift and ready to get some. Hey, who are you? What are you doing to my Jeep?
Well, I'll tell you what, there I am going, sitting on the side of the road on my shade tree. These two people came up, picked me up, and said, hey, you want to help work on the Jeep? Bring that shade tree in these ranches. But they don't want to work at all, do they? You guys going to take me back to the side of the road real quick soon, okay? Hey, how you doing? I'm Diesel.
The thing that sucks is you could totally pass as a homeless dude, so it's believable.
Is that the beard?
Brittany, a shade tree mechanic is not homeless.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Jesus.
Guys, okay, so this is Diesel, and believe it or not, he's been on several of our videos, actually. You might remember him.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me do like I'm normally doing.
Oh, yeah, in the background. now do you recognize him?
You remember?
Seriously, he went wheeling with us in Tennessee while we were down there. He also was at Jeep Beach with us as well. So if you guys don't remember him, or if you haven't seen those videos, this is Diesel. He's a good friend, and he's a great mechanic.
Well, I got a question. What are you doing in New York when you live, where do you live?
I live in North Carolina.
North Carolina, and then I saw he's wearing some good, look at stacked off-road.
That's right, get jacked and stacked with stacked off-road. Yeah, so I own Stacked Off-Road, and when JP has these projects, I just like to be involved, so I kind of raised my head and said, "Hey, can I come help?"
Because we talked about doing some stuff with you at the shop, but we just haven't made it to North Carolina yet.
Yeah.
And then we show up, and 100% honest to God, I did not know this guy was here.
Gonna be here.
Yeah,
That was a
at
good
all. So that was
surprise,
a
for sure.
super good surprise. He's super awesome.
If you're in North Carolina area, Stacked Off-Road, check it out. You have a shop near you. But luckily for us, he is here in New York at Rock Krawler to help us figure out this long arm and 3-link situation going on. Now, you've already done something pretty important while the vehicle was still on the ground, which is measure everything.
Yeah, and it's something very important whenever you're changing any suspension or anything on the Jeep is to measure everything out, see where it's at, so you always have a starting point, you know.
You have something to reference back to.
Yeah, and so this thing, I don't know what Kevin did to it, but he got a lot of mud from the back door. So whenever you're playing around in the black door, you need to clean the mud off.
You went too deep into the back door.
Too deep. Hey, too deep. Ain't that like, you know? Oh, you're too young. You guys know what I'm talking about. We wanted to make sure the mounts that we weld on, because this whole situation is going to be completely different. So the mounts that we weld on, we want to make sure they're in the right spot and welded only once, because you don't want to weld, cut off.
Okay, so first things first, though, we have to basically completely pull out the rear axle.
Yeah, the rear axle. And then we'll have the welder come in. He's going to start removing all these brackets.
Kind of mocking up and tacking on the new stuff, right?
Yeah, and that's going to be super cool. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
We were trying to put it together like a puzzle.
I know, they're over there like 3-year-olds trying to put the pieces together. We'll show it to you. It's actually pretty cool what they've done just to get to the point before we even arrived here at the shop.
So Diesel actually had a really good idea. It's something you should probably think about, especially if you're working on a lift and maybe it's one of your first time swapping out axles, is we just got rid of all the wheels. We just dropped the axle out from under this, so it's not attached to the Jeep anymore. Well, we still have the front axle in along with the engine. So as you lift this back up, very possible the whole Jeep might just like topple over forward. So he just took the strap, went around the arm on the lift, and then up to the slider here, so it keeps the back of the Jeep.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, not a bad idea. It's just a little tip trick.
Since we pulled that whole Dynatrac 80 out from the back.
Yeah, there's no more weight under there anymore.
Now, for those of you who are wondering why we were going long arm, I wanted to take a quick second to kind of explain a few of the pros to you. So if you take a look right now at our current suspension setup with the short arm kit here, you can notice that the axle has swung backwards. Basically,
well, it's a factory mid arm is what they call it now.
Yeah, it's a factory mid arm. So basically, as the axle droops down, the short arm pulls the axle this way. So you can see here that instead of being centered where it should be, it's back here. So now what that means in terms of off-roading, if you're thinking about rock crawling and you have one wheel way up here and you have one wheel drooped way down here, the wheel that's drooped down here has swung backwards and you get axle steer as you're off-roading, which can affect your stability.
Right, and the wheel that's up is actually forward.
More forward, because basically as this comes up, this pushes the whole axle forward. So that's what axle steer is, and that's where your short arm kit or your factory mid arm can kind of have a little bit of a flaw. Whereas long arm, by changing that pivot point from right here to way back here, you can completely or almost completely eliminate that. Think about it in terms of, I'll use my long arm for an example here. So your short arm pivot point's here. As it swings down, this swings down and back, right? Now if you change your pivot point to back here, for that same amount of droop, this doesn't change. It stays exactly where it is, which means your axle remains centered, which means off-road, you have no axle steer or little to no axle steer and greater stability. Now what that means for on-road...
It's the same thing. Show your arm again.
Yeah, show your arm again.
So if you hit a little bump and you're pivoting here...
Pivoting here.
Every little bump. So that's what you're feeling in the seat, right?
Inside the seat, right? If you do it down here, it's So what it means for on-road is greater ride comfort. For every 30 plus bumps you might feel on-road with a short arm or a factory mid-arm, you'll feel significantly fewer with the long arm kit. And for how much Kevin and I drive across the country on the freeway and the highway, this is going to be huge for ride comfort.
Now don't get Brittany wrong, the Jeep right now drives phenomenally. I mean, we wouldn't have put 80-something thousand miles on it if it didn't. So everything that we have here has worked great. We've just exceeded everything that the current setup can do with the HEMI, with the amount of speed I want to do off-road now, just with everything. This is just the next progression. If you're not being as crazy as us, or you don't have as much seat time, really going with a standard just bolt-on kit is perfectly fine. There's only maybe 2 drawbacks of a long arm, and we'll get into that. But pretty much going long arm is all pros and very, very little cons.
All right, you guys. So this, by the way, is JD, and he's going to jump in at this portion and tell us where do we go from here? What now that we have this Dynatrac 80 sitting on the ground?
So now we're going to start to cut pretty much everything off. this, that.
Basically, so all of your
everything.
factory arm mounting points and brackets, more or less, right?
All the things, yeah.
Now, keep in mind, if this is something that you do know you do want to do kind of from the beginning in terms of long arm or 3-linking your rig, Dynatrac will send you this axle without all that bracketry on it to begin with, so you don't have to worry about cutting it off. So if you do plan ahead long enough or far enough and you know that this is something you definitely want, you can get your parts prepared to have this done without all the extra work.
So first bracket down. Hey, sorry Sandy, sorry guys. Your Canadian flag has now been removed from the stepchild, so you're gonna have to come see us again and put a new one on. Love you guys. So now with the shocks removed and the axle drooped even further down, it's really, really, really apparent. Now you're not going to have this much droop with a shock attached, but you can see the further the axle drops down, also the further it drops back. Now once we get the long arms put on here, we'll go ahead and kind of show you the same exact thing and show you how much further forward that the whole axle is going to stay. Alright, so as you can see, the rear axle is out. All the brackets are cut off, cleaned up, ready for the new brackets to weld on. The front axle is pretty much out of the vehicle. That was day one, which is like we started at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and we finished at 5, 6 o'clock.
So between about 3.5 hours, we've got everything out and mostly prepped to do the next step, which includes basically mocking up, tacking up the new brackets for the Dynatrac 80, and of course doing everything else that we need to do. Honestly, I gotta say Rock Krawler is freaking killing it so far.
They really are.
But as far as these videos go, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Typically we make these, I know, whoa, what? Brittany changing. I'm gonna make these kind of shorter episodes is my goal. I wanna kind of do this in smaller bits just so you guys can find it easier to watch them, and hopefully it gets you a little bit more intrigued, and it allows us to do kind of more fun stuff like we did with Diesel. That's the goal.
And less editing for you. Well, more editing, but less editing.
More editing because of more videos, but ideally less editing per video. Anyways, let us know if you guys like it better this way. It kind of gives us an idea of how we can continue doing videos. If you guys like the longer videos, do you like the shorter videos? Because it seems like y'all kind of like both. I don't never really know what to do.
They just like videos of us doing stuff.
Anyways, we're so excited. Long arm, 3-link, it's coming. Guys, so pumped. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all of your Lite Brite Nation merch at Lite Brite Studios. Hold on. Did you get him?
I got a bone to pick with you, Brittany.
What?
You get me.
Hold on. I'll show you, because hold on. I know exactly what you're going to say. Okay, so you can find all of your Lite Brite Nation merch at litebritstudios.com. Guys, I have come out with new designs for Lite Brite Nation. Check it out. For those of you who like the drifting and the racing side of things, our hyperdrive fans, and of course, for all of our Lite Brite Nation stepchild fans. They've got a front, they've got a super rad dope back, and what's even more awesome is between now and Christmas, I know it's not a long time, but to help celebrate, again, you guys helping us reach 100,000 subscribers, these are going to be discounted between now and Christmas Day. So hurry on over, get your super rad, super new, super awesome Lite Brite Nation merch. And of course, you can find all of your Lite Brite Nation decals at pixeldecals.com.
Check that out.
Guys, new decals as well. pixeldecals.com. So excited, guys. And of course, E3 Off-Road. Don't forget, we're filming some super rad suspension stuff with Jeremy Purick from Rock Krawler while we're here. It's going to be awesome. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye!
Peace!
Mwah. Wait, to answer your question real quick, were you about to get mad because
Wait. She sent me to the box to go get the shirts. I opened the box, and there's like six different female shirts, and I get one. I get one shirt for me. She goes, wait. She's talking about, we're just gonna order one so we can see how they look before we sell them. She got a crop top. She got a little short top. She got a regular t-shirt. She got a hoodie. She got a.
No, I thought he was gonna get mad at me because I ordered a long sleeve shirt for myself, and we're in New York right now, and I did not order a long sleeve for Kevin.
That too.
But I ordered you a hoodie, and I did not order myself a hoodie.
I didn't see a hoodie in there for me.
Anyways, there's a hoodie in there for him, I promise. What's up, Lite Brite Nation?
What's going on, guys? We finally made it to New York after
York.
weeks of driving.
You're good, come through.
Blooper, get him on camera. State your name.
What's up, Lite Brite Nation?
What's going on, guys?
Take 5. What's up, Lite Brite Nation?
What's all going on?
Kevin! You do this every day. Why can't you say the words?
My tongue literally, I swallowed my tongue.
Take 12.
Let it rip.
Now for
Take your
those.
shit.
Now keep. Brite.
She's using the bounce off of me.
She thought about going under him, right?
Yeah.
Here, Tanger.
Well, she'll start getting his legs pretty soon.
100 pounds versus 10. Yeah. Nope. Oh my God. Oh. Ooh. You're so vicious. Yes,
Oh, now she got the carpet.